We do have Gary on the phone live. Gary, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you on the causeway currently?
Yes, I'm at mile marker 11.8. So that's where I am. And about a quarter of a mile in front of me, there are four cars kind of sandwiched together, evenly, by the way, probably looking for their way to get out of the accident. But of course, when they wrecked, everybody behind them started pushing into them. That caused another section behind them to get into wrecks. And of course, the area I came within inches of having a delivery truck, the Amazon trucks, pushed into me. And it was my decision not to run into the person in front of me, but try to get out of the way. And thank God it worked. So I have zero injuries. I do see the Jefferson Parish Fire Department on the bridge just escorting an older man. He had blood on his shirt, but it looked like more from a facial injury. But he was okay. He was walking, and they're going down the whole center of this span, which is probably about just shy of a half a mile worth of cars, asking if someone needs to get to the hospital. The fog, unbelievably, has gotten thicker. It kind of cleared up with a little breeze. Well, right now, you can't see but about an easy city block in front of you. So there aren't too many injuries that I see. I did see the Causeway police that got involved in the accident. He passed me early on. I started this venture across at 8:15. So this happened about 8:30, as the gentleman in front of you said. I am headed north, so there's no traffic on the southbounds because we hear, again, you would know more than me, that there's an accident on that side as well.
Oh, and Gary, the images that you are sending into our newsroom are chilling, to say the least. I'm so thankful that you are okay. Are you getting any word how long you will be on the bridge for, how long that may be lasting?
No one says anything other than it'll be a while. So I don't know what that means. And everyone's guess, everyone says, we'll be here 8 hours. I heard 3 hours. But the whole southbound has trucks entering that direction to go, I guess, clear an accident. I mean, lots of big, I guess, wreckers headed in that direction, emergency units, etc. But everybody's spirits out here, they're pretty good. There's a few people that have injuries, but not life-threatening. There has been no ejections. I went all the way to the front and all the way to the back, and just viewing and taking pictures, etc. But I'm thankful that this many people and this many accidents, people got out of their cars with their life.
I know it's a very emotional scene out there at this hour, Gary. What do you remember from the morning, when you got on the causeway? Walk me through that moment.
Okay, I think it was a miss because it said when you entered, thick fog ahead, drive slowly. And if that's true, why let me get on the causeway in the first place? So I came across, and I guess where I'm at, 11 miles out, you started seeing the fog getting very thick. Well, before you knew it, all you saw in front was mass back and forth weaving, cars spinning, some getting close to going over the side, the edge, but back onto the road. It redirected them. And I'm looking in my rearview mirror, hearing 3, 4 explosions pushing these vehicles towards me, and I'm trying to move up to not get hit. It had to be, I don't know, I'm going to say a foot. Was it 2 foot? I'm not sure. In the whole process, I know it was close, but I was able to get in front enough but to not hit the car in front of me and cause more problems and not get hit from the back.
And Mr. Gary,
lots of Amazon trucks, ironically. I mean, I've seen at least 6 on here. And Penske and truck rentals that they're delivery trucks. But I'm not suggesting they cause any problem. They've been great.
And Mr. Gary, did you see any police officers that may have been injured in this massive pileup?
The only car was a Causeway police who was pushed against the left rail, and the right side of his car was destroyed by the 18-wheeler. He's the first cop that I saw on here walking back to check on others, and he was great. He was in good spirits and looked like he was in charge, so he was good. No injuries to police.
Well, we can't thank you enough.
That was the Causeway police, by the way.
And at this hour, Mr. Gary, they're not giving an estimate on how long you will be stuck on the bridge at this moment, correct?
No, the effort appears to be lots of emergency people walking through the crowd saying, do you need to go to the hospital? Do you need to go to the hospital? And I've only seen one gentleman be escorted. No, I take that back. Two people be escorted back. One of them was a vehicle that was heavily involved in the accident behind me in a Chevrolet truck, white truck with, he must be some sort of, construction person. He's got ladders, but that vehicle was hit multiple times. And he walked away with EMS limping. Wow. And they had him by the arms and making sure he was okay. So those two, the older gentleman and that gentleman there, is the extent. I did hear a lady in the front talk about, I'm probably suffering from whiplash, and I'm going to go check that out. She was like a nurse, so she had some badge on. But that was it. We got lucky. But I'm looking at a car right behind me, just 20 feet from my car, edging over the side.
Well, Mr. Gary, we are incredibly grateful that you have the time and courage to speak to us about how many ambulances are you seeing at this moment?
Well, I cannot see any right now because I'm in the middle of confusion, but there must be at least 30 that have passed on the other side. Nobody can get to us. Behind me is blocked solid, and then a quarter of a mile up, that's where the accident started. So those four cars are sandwiched in between each other, blocking the whole way. And then behind me, I have 4 vehicles that are blocking any ability to come through this side. So we're stuck in the middle. I have to rely on the front accident to be removed before we can get through.
And Mr. Gary, just to make sure where you're standing right now, no one is injured where you're at currently, to your knowledge?
No, actually, people are sitting up against the guardrail, just chatting and sharing their experiences. God was with a lot of us out here.
Gary, what would be your message to the thousands of people watching right now?
Well, obviously, stay away from this area. We have to use better decisions. I need to use better decisions. When I saw, it was not much I could do. I didn't see the sign until I got on, but I would encourage. We don't like it when the causeway gets shut down, but we sure don't like it when this happens. So, I guess my message would be. Hug your families because things happen.
All right, Mr. Gary, I'm going to let you go. I can't thank you enough for your time and you providing context and insight to this tragic situation at this hour. We really appreciate it, and we want you to stay safe out there.
WDSU is always on top of it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr.
Sir.
Gary. I'm glad you're okay. So
okay,
again,
you take care.
A very emotional driver right there, Mr. Gary. We can't thank him enough. He is describing a very emotional scene, heart-wrenching. He said, hug your families this morning, especially right before Christmas.